I'm thinking about dyeing my hair red, just to look like a pattern red. I like all of my cups so dirty.
Playboi Carti is definitely one of the most influential rappers of today's time. I'm not a Playboi Carti fan, but I do like Playboi Carti. He is extremely creative, very dark. My boy satanic with it too. Y'all know I mess with his vibes heavy. That's King Vamp. I'm a fucking Dark Knight. That's King Vamp right there. And I fuck with my boy heavy. Let's talk about it more though. Shout out to the gang. Let's go. What's good? Dark Knight gang. I'm Neptune. Alright bro, look. Today I'm about to react to a video titled The Massive Influence of Playboi Carti's Whole Lotta Red. I feel like Playboi Carti really came into who he is as an artist when he was working on Whole Lotta Red. That's when he introduced more so like his satanic rock vibe, you know what I'm saying? And once Playboi Carti got into his satanic rock vibe, that's when I really started to like him. I think that's when he took himself to the next level. His artistry has definitely evolved. So with that being said, I like Playboi Carti. Whole Lotta Red is a great album. I wouldn't even classify Playboi Carti as a rapper. Like y'all know me, I'm an artist. I don't call myself a rapper either because I have so many different vibes. And Playboi Carti, he's kind of becoming more so like an artist like me, to where, of course, he's rapping, but it has like some rock vibes. It has a little bit of metal. It has a little bit of alternative rock. So me personally, I think Playboi Carti, he's definitely in his creative bag, bro, for sure. Anyway, that's enough about my thoughts about Playboi Carti. Let me know what y'all think about Playboi Carti down in the comments. We're about to watch this video, though. Shout out to the gang. Everybody have a good day. Have a great day. Let's go.
December 24th, 2020, 11:59 p.m. You've been waiting over 2 years for a new album from Playboi Carti. The clock finally strikes midnight. You immediately check to see if Carti was telling the truth about dropping music for once. Surprisingly, he was. Whole Lotta Red actually dropped. You press play and give it a listen.
Rockstar man!
Yo, what am I hearing right now? This the same Playboi Carti? Hey, nah, this is kinda fire. Oh no, all my friends hate it already. Whole Lotta Mid starts trending. Nah, okay, this is hard. Or is it? Whole Lotta Red was met with some of the most mixed reviews I've ever seen. Some people loved it right away.
That's surprising. I'm surprised. Actually, if you think about it, that makes sense. People like me who love just music and don't care about genre, they would like Whole Lotta Red. But I can see Playboi Carti, older fans, not fucking with Whole Lotta Red as soon as it was dropped. You know what I mean? Because it's, like I said, it's a completely different sound than what Playboi Carti is used to. So I can see a lot of people at first not liking it, actually. So that makes a lot of sense.
While others were calling it the worst album they'd ever heard. Even the Carti fanbase was split down the middle. However, now over 2 years later, Whole Lotta Red is honestly one of the most influential albums of the last decade. Today it seems like almost every rapper, especially in the underground, has been influenced at least a little by Playboi Carti in this project in some way. From his minimalistic flows and ad-libs, which even NBA Youngboy has been trying, to the way he dresses, the way he performs, and definitely by the way Carti brought these aggressive rage beats to the mainstream with Whole Lotta Red, which has helped artists like Yeet spark entire careers off of. The massive influence of Playboi Carti's Whole Lotta Red, and it goes beyond just the music. But even the leaks for this album were insane, with some of the most legendary snippets like Molly, Cancun, Neon, and Pissy Pamper, which somehow reached #1 on the Spotify charts after a random fan uploaded the leak. Clearly, the hype was huge for new music from Atlanta rapper Playboi Carti, as fans knew every lyric to his unreleased songs. So then when he finally released his second studio album on Christmas of 2020, Whole Lotta Red would become Carti's first #1 album of his career. Executive produced.
I didn't know it went #1. That's fire. Listen to this beat in the background. This is Neon. Oh, I love this song. New Neon Smash. Hey. Playboi Carti kills this song.
Executive produced by Kanye West, who apparently is also
no
on
wonder
King
why
Vamp
this
shit,
was so
and
fire.
had a total of
I didn't know
24
that.
tracks fans were stunned upon first listen. Whole Lotta Red sounded totally different from anything else we were hearing in hip-hop at the time, which is what made the album so special. You can't put me in a genre, Carti says. From the straight-in-your-face production to the over-the-top abrasive lyrics, nobody was expecting this punk rock-inspired sound from Carti after hearing the leaks we were getting, or following his previous album,
I'm tryna get high
which
till I
also had a
can't
pretty
feel
unique
nothing.
sound for its time.
I'm tryna get
Aside
high
from the
till I
track
can't
Sky,
feel
which is one
nothing.
of the few that sounds
I can
like
fall out
it
of
could have
sky
also
and
made
I
it
still
on
won't feel
Die Lit.
nothing.
The rest of Whole
I
Lotta
can fall
Red
out of
is
sky
basically
and I
just
still won't feel
aggressive
nothing.
rage songs.
I'm way
This is
too high.
definitely a sound.
You can't put me in a genre, Carti says. From the straight-in-your-face production to the over-the-top abrasive lyrics, nobody was expecting this punk rock-inspired sound from Carti after hearing the leaks we were getting, or following his previous album Die Lit, which also had a pretty unique sound for its time. Aside from the track Sky, which is one of the few that sounds like it could have also made it on Die Lit, the rest of Whole Lotta Red is basically just aggressive rage songs.
That shit is hard.
This is
too.
definitely a soundtrack, you know, a nigga who steals kids' bikes would be listening to while he's doing it.
It was a very big artistic risk for Playboi Carti, switching up his sound while at the biggest point of his career. I don't give a damn and everyone knows that. But again,
Sound
it
like
didn't
me.
really catch on at first. However, I think Carti knew this was going to happen. Whole Lotta Red is an album not meant to be listened to in your room by yourself. Don't get me wrong, I've definitely done this, but what I mean is this project was made to be performed live.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, yo, fuck you, Carti. I can't go nowhere. What do you mean jump out the house?
A year into its release, this album had never been played in front of a live physical audience. With it being the first year of the COVID pandemic and many restrictions still in place, it wasn't until Carti started performing Whole Lotta Red that the album became widely accepted. Now, I use the term perform lightly, because Playboi Carti's shows are more of him just screaming a few words here and there. But regardless, he puts on one of the most hype concerts today. So then when he was
King
finally able to
Vamp.
tour and play Whole Lotta Red on stage, opinions quickly changed, as fans started appreciating the album for what it was. My first thought after listening was, I gotta see this live.
Hey, let me know if you've ever seen Playboi Carti perform. I would love to see Playboi Carti perform, for sure. I would be in the crowd going crazy too. And him making his little screeching noises and screaming, yeah! That shit is fire, you know? I personally like it because it matches the vibe of his song. It matches the vibe of his songs. Like I said, he has this punk rock, metal, hip hop vibe. It's all about that dark energy, you feel me? So you gotta really feel that energy. And that's why I really like Playboi Carti. And I would love to see him perform. Keep it a stat.
My first thought after listening was, I
Rage
gotta
in the
see this
crowd?
live. Along
Yeah,
with the
Rage.
help of a few TikTok trends, Whole
there
Lotta
raging
Red would
with it?
even re-enter the Billboard 200 6 months after its release, and saw a 129% increase in sales. The Narcissist Tour, later named King Vamp Tour, began in October of 2021, and seemed to go viral about every week, as people were just excited to be outside again. Some maybe a little too excited.
This video shows a crowd chanting Carti at NRG Arena last
Fuck!
night.
I can't wait till I
It was
perform.
like a war zone,
I'm
honestly.
hyped,
It was
bro.
mosh pits, fights, everything.
And
That's
we
how it
definitely
should
can't
be,
forget
nigga.
his 2021 Lollapalooza set, the first time he debuted the album live, as Miley Cyrus fans got pissed while they waited for her to perform after, and weren't aware of the crowd Playboi Carti brings.
Stop breathing. Take my shirt off and now the whole stop breathing. I love this song.
Stop Breathing,
That
a
shit is
track that
hard.
honestly deserves its own subgenre.
Facts.
With production by Filthy S-Sword and Lucrative, these compressed 808s paired with lyrics about Carti's gang life make Stop Breathing one of the most energetic songs of all time. Although one that few can actually relate to, well, besides taking your shirt off and ho Stop Breathing, but all can mosh to. However, it's important to note that Carti wasn't the first artist to experiment with rage beats, despite being the one responsible for popularizing them in the mainstream. Rage beats or rage music is a term given to this new subgenre of trap developed in the early 2020s. Heavily influenced by EDM, rage beats are characterized by hard-hitting trap drums and aggressive repetitive synths. There is always talk about who actually started rapping over them first. Was it fellow Opium artist Ken Carson with his track Yale, Sofego with Off the Map, or maybe even Uno the Activist, who has tracks you could definitely label as rage dating back to 2018.
Oh yeah, this is a rage beat kinda. You're right.
But the name itself stems from Trippie Redd's song Miss the Rage, also featuring Playboi Carti. Miss the Rage and Off the Map are two prime examples of what a rage beat sounds like by definition, but low-key they can sometimes be hard to define. So while there's definitely a couple by definition on Whole Lotta Red, I also wouldn't say it's full of your standard rage beats you typically hear today, although it has inspired the vigorous tone most now include in 2023. However, despite Carti deserving credit for pioneering these beats as well as his flow which fits perfectly with them, we also have to give credit to his producers, who play a huge role in this too.
Oh yeah.
Wake up, Filthy.
Filthy, one of the main influences behind this new sound, has production credits on 6 tracks off Whole Lotta Red. Carti's creative director and producer Art Dealer has 7, as well as Starboy and Outta Town are also heard frequently throughout this project. Then of course we must mention Carti's frequent collaborator Pierre Bourne, whose 808s and drum patterns have undoubtedly helped inspire this new wave.
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
But today you can hear Playboi Carti and Whole Lotta Red's influence in so many rappers, especially in the underground. The entire underground scene has thrived as a result of this sound hitting the mainstream. It was already gaining a little momentum in that scene, but Whole Lotta Red made it cool and popular with the general audience.
Like being around Carti taught me how to rap over trap beats. Remember I used to make music like Chance the Rapper and them kinda like in that lane.
Although you could argue his sound was headed this direction prior, Yeat is another rapper to skyrocket his career off of this wave, to the point where I'd say he's no longer underground. Check out my Yeat video if you don't know who Yeat is. However, there's no denying that Yeat has also been inspired by Playboi Carti in this album. He literally dropped a remix of May, as well as his beats for Turban and Trendy Way were actually Whole Lotta Red type beats from YouTube. Now with up-and-coming artists like Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely under Carti's Opium label, along with mainstream names like Trippie Redd and NBA Youngboy for example, rage has been dominating this new decade of hip-hop. Thanks again in large part to these producers as well. However, too much of something can often be bad. Project X, Trip at Night, Up to Me, Two Alive, Year of the Ox, Life in Hell, Homicide Lifestyle, No Stylist. These are just a few of the many rage-inspired projects to follow in Whole Lotta Red's footsteps. Although it does appear that Playboi Carti will be switching up his sound yet again on his upcoming album. As of the time I'm recording this, we have no idea when Carti's next album is gonna drop, or even if it will ever drop. But from the little information we get, it appears like the project will be again a different sound than we're used to, as well as heavily inspired by Lil Wayne.
He's doing completely different. His whole shit that he's doing again is going to shock people.
The massive influence that Whole Lotta Red has had on hip-hop in the past 2 years is undeniable. It goes beyond just the music and has inspired a new generation of artists that borrow from its ideas. In a time when so much music is being released and very little seems to stick, the fact that we're still talking about it over 2 years later says something. Although still too early to label this album as a classic, or maybe even as Carti's best work, its impact has already been huge. Whole Lotta Red seems to be appreciated more and more as time goes on.
Alright bro, that was a great video. Yeah, clearly Whole Lotta Red does have a heavy influence. I know for sure Whole Lotta Red influences Destroy Lonely and Ken Carson. They're even signed to Opium, you know what I'm saying? And so of course they're gonna have like Playboi Carti type vibes with their music. I didn't know that the whole underground scene is kind of copying that vibe, though. That's crazy. Shout out to my boy Playboi Carti. Shout out to King Vamp. You know what I'm saying? Trendsetters gonna set trends. That's just how it is. I think Playboi Carti, his next album, is gonna have more rock, metal type vibes and be a little less hip hop. It'll still be hip hop / rap, but it's gonna be a mixture of rock, metal, and pop. I'm telling you, bro. I see Carti going that way. Carti is a very creative artist. He's not just a rapper anymore. He's an artist like me. And I'm happy. And I think that's what makes Playboi Carti way better. He's not just a little rapper no more. He is a full-blown artist, creative, cuz. This was a great video. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. Let me know what y'all think about Playboi Carti. Shout out to the gang. I'm going to see y'all next time. Yeah. Peace. I can't let you run.